Hi, I'm Phyllis from I Sew in the Doll Corner, and welcome back to my channel. I did it. I got this block together properly. If you remember in my last video, I was playing around with these samples. I saw a picture and I liked the block, so I thought, well, I can put that together. Well, I had my troubles. This one ended up a little small and few problems with that one, but I finally got it. It's not quite the same colors because if you don't have enough material, when you're working with scraps, you use what you have. So I want to show you how I finally put this one together. I start off with this part of the block, and I start with these two pieces. For this one, I need at least a 7.5-inch piece by 2 inches. And this one can be 4.5 or a little larger if you like, by 2 inches. And I fold them in half and crease it down the center. And you can see I've creased that, well, maybe you can't, but I line them 2 creases up, and then I stitch along here. And that gives me a piece that looks like this. And that's for this corner. And now for this piece, I need 2 little triangles. So I start with a half square triangle. And when I cut this, I cut it 5.25 inches each piece. And I put the two together like you make half square triangles. I've shown you that in other videos, but I will take 2 pieces, and these aren't going to match, and draw the line, or well, draw the line and sew it. And that gives you your 2 half square triangles, or your half square triangle block. But for this one, I had to make 4 triangles, or half square triangles. Because I put it like this, and that I have to keep my triangle all going the same way. So I've got my dark one on this side, on the right side. If I turned it over and used this half, my triangle is on the left. And that was confusing me. So once I get this done, and I have my half of my half square triangle, I line my center seam up with my center mark on this block, or on this piece, and I stitch this across, and that gives me a piece that looks like this. That's easy enough. But it doesn't look like anything's going to fit into a quilt. So then you turn this down, give it a press, and use my little ruler with my crosses, angles in it. Now you may not be able to see this quite right, but I'm lining this up right on the seam line. Then I trim it here and here, and that gives me a nice square. That looks like that. And that is my block. And I make 4 of those. So this, my half square triangle, when I started out, it was 5 1/4 inches. Because I like a little bit to trim off, because sometimes you need to square them up a little bit. So then I sew 2 together, and I have them going this way. This little triangle and this little triangle is going this way. The triangles in this block, the point is going this way. It's spinning this way. And this is in reverse. So when I get my other 2 together, blocks, I'll put them here. But this is how it looks. Now I did press these seams open that all meet in the center, so that I didn't have quite as much bulk. Most quilt blocks, unless they're all, a bunch of seams are all meeting in the center here, most of them I just fold them to the dark side. So that's number 15 block, and I think it's turned out pretty good. And this was number 14. And of course, I always end up with 2 blocks. One that I show you how to make it, and then the other one is a finished block. So I decided to see if I could make this one a disappearing block. So what I did, I measured out, this is 9 inch, so I divided it in 3. So I have I go 1.5 inches from this side and 1.5 inches from this side, and I cut it straight through. And the same with here and here. And then I sew it together, changing it a little bit. I reverse these 2 blocks, and I reversed, I turned that one and this one the other way, so that left me a nice little 4 patch in the center, which is a pretty block, but it won't be large enough to go into my quilt. So I may end up with a smaller quilt or bigger borders or something around them. I haven't figured out what to do with my extra blocks, but this one I could use, and there's some others that I have made that I can use. So that's been a fun. So this is block 14 and 15. And be sure to subscribe and touch the bell to be notified, and check out my Etsy shop. And check out some of my, if you've just started to watch, go back and watch my other videos on all my blocks. Or if you're interested in dolls, go back and watch some of my doll videos. I have a lot on how to make doll clothes and things, how to make panties and how to make bonnets and dresses and petticoats and overalls and all kinds of things. So just go back and check out some of my old videos. And thanks for watching. Bye now.